Abayomi Ajofoyinbo. Dr. Abayomi Ajofoyinbo earned his PhD in Systems Engineering, Electrical and Electronics from the University of Lagos, Nigeria, and a certificate in Artificial Intelligence from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, United States of America. He is currently a professor of electrical and computer engineering at the Texas Southern University, Eastern Texas, USA. Between September 2013 and August 2014, Dr. Ajofoyinbo worked for the Texas Southern University as postdoctoral research fellow at the NSF Crest Center for Research on Complex Networks. He previously worked for the University of Lagos, Nigeria, as a senior lecturer in the Department of Systems Engineering. Prior to his joining the University of Lagos, he had spent over 13 years working for companies in the private sector, namely Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria, Standard Petrochemical Industries Limited, and CBC EMEA. His current research interests are electrical power distribution, system protection, embedded systems and control, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and wireless communication. He has published peer-reviewed papers in referred journals and has made presentations in conferences, workshops, and symposia worldwide. Moreover, he is currently a member of the TSU Task Force on AI, contributing to the strategic university initiatives. Our guest speaker for today, Dr. Ajofoyinbo, is a senior member of the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers and a licensed professional engineer by the Texas Board of Professional Engineers, State of Texas, USA. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to make welcome our guest speaker for today, none other than Dr. Ajofoyinbo Abayomi. You're welcome, sir. You have the floor. You'll be sharing with us on how AI has impacted our world today.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can, sir.
Okay, thank you. Let me just put up my slide. Can you see my slide?
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, that's good. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can bring this on up. Okay, I think we're good. Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Abayomi. It's truly a privilege for me to be here today to delve into the topic at the forefront of technology innovation, but one that is fundamentally reshaping the fabric of AI transformation and impact with respect to industry and society. It may interest you to know that I was a student of Professor Ibidapo Obe for several years at the University of Lagos Graduate School of Engineering. And as a student, I love Professor Obe so much. And what I like about Professor Obe is his balanced strategy, balanced and strategic approach to life. In particular, the manner that he was able to manage academic affairs, so the manner he was able to manage the affairs of leadership and also politics and industry relations. He was able to manage all these things seamlessly. And that's one thing I always remember about Professor Obe. I look up to him so well when at my time at the University of Lagos. And so that is just, but today, what is important for me today is to move beyond the hypes and headlines of AI and try to provide you with relevant information that you may need to know about artificial intelligence and how artificial intelligence has contributed immensely to different sectors of the economy, how is that transformed the different sectors, how the future is anchored on AI, essentially, as a basis for transformation into areas that we normally would imagine as human beings would not be able to get into. And so that is what we're going to be discussing this morning. So I'm going to start by actually trying to define what artificial intelligence is all about. It's a view that is dedicated to systems that can perform tasks that would normally require human intelligence. That's why it's called artificial, because it's not natural. So what it tries to do is to try to mimic the natural environment that is human being now. But the intelligence is able to reason from, even though it's a control reasoning, so to say, but it's able to reason in a way. And so that's why it's called artificial intelligence. But I always argue with some of the colleagues that I meet in this space that, yes, artificial intelligence appears very fantastic, it's doing well right now, but it cannot replace human being. It's been a point of discussion when we meet at forum or workshops like that. And so we think of artificial intelligence as a building machine that can learn, reason, solve problems, perceive and understand language. And that's why I say that artificial intelligence essentially right now, because essentially the generative artificial intelligence is based on the LLM, large language model, which is this is the bedrock of artificial intelligence, essentially the textual part of artificial intelligence. So AI systems are designed to learn from data, identify patterns, and make their own decision. So essentially, as I'm going to speak about later, AI intelligence is based on AI as a system is based on what has been provided to it. The strength of AI is the quality of data that is used to train the artificial intelligence. So if the data is corrupted or data does not have good quality, it's going to reflect on what you get from the artificial intelligence systems. So different categories of artificial intelligence. You have the narrow category. Essentially, what we have in the world right now is a narrow category. The strong AI is the AI that is hypothetical, right? It's hypothetical in the sense that it's assumed to be able to behave like human being, but as we speak right now, we don't have that strong intelligence as of now. But what we have right now in industry everywhere is narrow artificial intelligence, wherein you train the system to do specific tasks. That is what it can do, but it's not able to go beyond that specific space of design, what you have designed it to do. It's just going to do that, but it's going to do it very well. Intuitively, it's going to do it very well. But the general intelligence, where you expect the machine to be able to think out of box, like, for example, you're going to ask a human being, oh, what is this? Oh, I have no idea, but let me guess. Sometimes you can make conjecture as human beings. But artificial intelligence, maybe some of them have been trained nowadays to be able to make such type of wide guessing. But it's going to give them a proviso. It will tell you, what I'm telling you may not be solid, it may not be correct. You need to refer to a professional in specific area. And so general intelligence is to assume that the machine or the system can do anything. That is not true. But it's for the future. They also have the artificial super intelligence that is saying that the machine can perform, can think, and be more intelligent than the human being. That also is theoretical concept. But the truth is that as human beings, we are good at exploiting. Right now, this space is being conquered now. And then we think about going to stay in the moon, we're going to Mars. So that is the whole purpose of engineering. You're supposed to be able to think into what is not existing and try to bring it into existence. So that's what you do by saying that. So I won't be surprised in the near future, perhaps we may be able to get to the point where the machine can outperform human being in terms of intelligence. So that's what we hope to see in the future. So the AI revolution is a paradigm shift. It's a paradigm shift because it's often compared to industrial revolution of the of past years and the advent of internet. Some decades ago, internet was not there. It started like a child play. But today, everything is on the internet. Business on the internet, social interactions on the internet, everything just about the internet. And that is the power of, that is all you are right nowadays. And it will continue to be there. The only thing is that it can be revolutionized as we go into the future. So you think about AI revolution, it increases efficiency and productivity, improve accuracy and decision making, enhance customer experience, and creating opportunities. Efficiency and productivity is very clear. Almost everybody understands exactly what that means. AI can achieve results faster than what a human being would do if the system is well trained, right? Also, accuracy is very accurate, just like any computer system. Once it is designed and is given specific instructions to do certain things, it's going to do that without any bias. AI does not know whether somebody is my family, is my relation, all of that. So it's going to do specific things it's been designed to do precisely. And also enhance customer experience. That's what they say in that Amazon, some of these online e-commerce platforms, that you buy something, it's going to suggest to you, you should buy this. Your other people like you that have purchased this particular item, they also purchase this. Also they could just use what they call a marketing intelligence, use your information if they have access to it to market other, products. You now see that in your email, a company that you don't know, we get into you to say, we want you to do this, want you to do that, and also create new opportunity. And I know that in Nigeria nowadays, a lot of young adults are making a lot of money via the internet. Also, maybe not much in the AI right now, but they're going to get to that. But it can, especially in the area of workflow, where you can begin to automate operations and get paid for that. That's a business line also that I believe in the future they will catch up to that. But it's creating an opportunity globally. All right, it's creating an opportunity globally. Then AI in the workplace, reshaping the future of work. Automation of routine tasks. AI does that effectively and efficiently well. AI does that. Right? Most of the work that are done repetitively by automating workflow, AI can do that in place of human being. Augmentation of human capability. This is where the real power of AI lies. You have different professionals use AIs in their different areas or different domains. Doctors use AI to analyze medical images for early disease detections and augmenting their diagnosis capabilities. Lawyers leverage AI for legal research. Because what AI can do, AI can interact with massive amount of data. In a short time, you're able to make decisions. What would take you several weeks or several months to do to get into. Once AI is trained to have access to the data, it can pull them together from different sources and be able to make decisions very fast and in most cases, more effectively. So engineers and architects can use generative AI to exploit countless design iterations in minutes. I do that a lot. You have certain ideas, you just put it to AI and give specifications as to what will likely happen. And it just happened like that. And you just get a result. It may not be exactly what you want to get, but it's going to give you some kind of guidance, right? So you can do design, educators can use AI powered tools to personalize learning, free them to focus on mentoring and critical thinking. So AI does that a lot. So depending on whatever profession you find yourself, you find out that you can make use of AI to optimize your operations and also be a better person on the job. The truth is that you don't have to rely on AI. I always say that to people because AI is artificial, of course. So there is tendency not to be right all the time. So you must have that knowledge base yourself to be able to discern, to know what I'm getting, this may not be true. AI can be wrong. Let's get to know that AI can be wrong. So, but the only thing is that you can only know when something is wrong when you have a control basis to do that. That means you must know the right thing or have an idea of what is right. That's the only way you can know that, the AI is giving you a good result or not. Creation of new roles. You have a lot of new roles that are being created now because of AI. New job portfolios are being created because of AI. Who's writing something that is missing my slide? Somebody's writing something on my slide. I don't know who it is. So you have AI trainers, AI prompt engineers. There are so many different professions that are coming out of AI revolution, and it should continue to be so. You have AI integration specialists. That is a lot of space for professional practice to be able to integrate one process with other process and using AI to overlay all of those ones to bring automation there. And so that's a very, 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 very strong and powerful area of professional practice. So AI is reshaping the future of work. Healthcare reimagined, a revolution in awareness. So precision diagnosis, AI ability to analyze vast amount of medical data is transforming diagnosis. Very, very important. You have a lot of research now in the medical field that AI is being used to be able to, it's not, AI is not going to create the data, but the only thing is that the data available in the natural environment, what AI will do for you is to be a system that could interact with this data and then be able to bring forth a summarized kind of prognosis, a summarized version of that. And then on the basis of which you can make a decision very fast and more effective. Decision making that is based on quality data is usually more effective than a decision that is based on, a data that is not quality and it's not as a result of, interaction with massive amount of data from different sources or different domains. But integration of different domain knowledge base, you always get better results than one person thinking that your idea is better or you know everything. And then you don't know that. So that people that are working in the same domain elsewhere, that the AI can bring to your fingertips, and then that can help your decision. Somebody working in China, in Europe, in other parts of the world, in the United Kingdom, in Africa, and they are doing well, but you're not aware of these things. But everything's on the internet. AI will pull all of the resources together and be able to tell you what is going on and give you advice or recommendation, depending on what you want. Drug discovery and development. Traditional plan for drug discovery is incredibly time-consuming and expensive. AI could make things faster for you for research into drug, the process that is involved in drug production and development of new drugs. All those things also are helped by AI. You also have personalized medicine. You also have personalized medicine as well. Now, we are in AI, can, as a matter of fact, help you to move beyond one size fit all approach. You can analyze individual unique genetic makeup and then be able to use that to make a decision about the patients. So you also have robotic in surgery. That is very commonplace now in advanced countries where you have robotics that have been precisionally calibrated to help in surgery. That is getting ground out nowadays. Also, quickly let's talk about that since I'm here right now. It's also in the manufacturing also in section, production. You have AI and robotics that have been deployed to do assembling, to do a lot of things in terms of robot now. That is going to do it faster, and in most cases, I would say better than human beings, because the chances of error based on fatigue or distraction is not going to be there for AI once it's programmed to do what it's supposed to do. And also administrative efficiency, right? That's also an important aspect of AI operations. It makes administration very efficient because they can be able to, make appointment, make scheduling, medical coding, billing, everything they have to do in the medical field with respect to administration. AI can make it faster to do because the system is going to be automated. That's what I said earlier about workflow automation. But in any case, there's going to still be human element in this. I'm going to talk about that later. The fear of people that AI would displace people. Yeah, that's correct. Some people. I'll talk about that slide in the later section of today. So remote monitoring and telemedicine, wearable devices, and all of those things. AI algorithm can continuously monitor patient vital signs and detect anomalies and alert healthcare professionals to potential issues, enabling proactive cares and reduce hospitalization. So AI also can help in doing that. Once the system is set up and configured for remote monitoring, maybe for EKG or telemetry operations, right? And so the AI can enable the doctor to make good decisions, because it can allow the doctor as early as when the decision is sent. Some of these things can be detected earlier than a human being that is maybe for telemetry, that is also looking at the computer screen, what the person can't see. The AI can process the data and make decision and make kind of alert the person as to what is about to happen. And so a doctor can make decision on time and save the life of people. Or it also make a preventive decision as well. Then the retail revolution, personalized experience and optimized operations. Personal customer experience, like I said earlier, you see, think about Amazon, say customers who bought this also can, and also bought that, I said that earlier, right? Netflix, the same thing. So all these things, they use AI to be able to interact with massive amount of data to study human purchase style, pattern of purchase and all of that, or lifestyle, and be able to use that, maybe like tie different family together. And so around this time of the period of the year, you normally purchase this or that. I also have chatbots and virtual assistants that provide 24/7 customer support and answer queries and all of that. AI does that. Sometimes you'll be talking with AI machine and you would think actually you're talking with human being, right? Until such a time you now realize that, oh, this is actually I was talking to a machine. It would do so well, but not exactly what a human being would do in some cases, but they would do so well. Also, dynamic pricing as well. AI also is very useful because the algorithm can be programmed to be able to do that, both for a pricing, inventory management, and even time and maximize revenue. And also, you have the optimized inventory and supply chain. You have demand forecasting. AI analyze historical sales data, seasonal trend, weather pattern, and even social media sentiment to predict future demand. A human being, you ask him to do this or her to do this, it's going to take a long time. And because of fatigue, there's limit to what the person can do. Probably last year, a few years. AI can go back to 10 years, can go back, depending on the data you provide, like I said earlier. So it's a quality of data. If you provide data in your LM model that is 100 years, AI will interact with that and then make a decision or recommendation to you in a few seconds. All right, so that will enable you to make a good decision in most cases. You have automated warehouse and logistics. Robots and AI-powered system handle tasks like picking, packing, sorting warehouses and warehouses, and also optimize delivery routes and manage fleets. And I said earlier also about industry, also operational manufacturing and production. You have a lot of robotic AI in China, in the US, and all these advanced countries. You will go to the manufacturing line and see AI deployed in terms of robotics now. You see them performing wonderful operations. And of course, being supported by human beings as well at some level. So you also have frictionless shopping. Concept like Amazon Go, where customers simply walk in, pick items, and walk out, are powered by AI vision systems. All right, that's also an important aspect of it. And also you have the virtual search and AI power mechanism. That's an important aspect of it as well. You find out you want AI can snap a photo of your dress and can find similar items on the stock very quickly beyond what you can do by just clicking button here and there. You just provide prompt or provide a specimen, and AI can take you to the next level. You can just do it. You want to be in business, you want to do a design, you do a design and tell AI to do, to produce this for you. Provide the specification and the parameter needed, and AI will generate for you what you are looking for. Of course, you have to fine tune it later. Now, AI in education, tailored learning and administrative easy. Personalized learning part, AI platform can, as a matter of fact, analyze a student learning style, strengths and weaknesses and pace, and then make suggestion or recommendation with respect to the student. You also have intelligent tutoring. AI-powered tutors can provide instant feedback and answer questions and guide students through complex topics, supplementing human teachers, and of course, offer support for outside class hours. But I always say students, even though we say AI is this or that, there is still need for human element there, because it's human being that was so. AI is not spiritual, it's physical system. It's a human being that put AI system where design it and implement it and make it work, and support it and refine it and make it better. LLM, large language model, are continually refined. That's why they can be current. All right, that's what they can be. Is the competition nowadays in the industry, in the AI industry, is being able to make the large language model, the LLM, to be very, very current, so that the response is going to be given to their client will be current and accurate, not based on old data set. There are also administrative automation. AI can automate streamlined work scheduling, student enrollment, attendance tracking. All this can be automated by AI, allowing educators and administrators to focus. Because it's going to free your time, the time you normally use to spend the whole day trying to do something manually. Once you deploy AI in the system, it's going to take away some of those time that you normally use and take care of it for you, and then you have enough time available for you to use for on other productive and constructive items of your daily life. Right, your accessibility and inclusivity. AI tool can provide real-time translation, speech to text, text-to-speech functionalities, and make educational content more accessible to students. Accessibility and inclusivity is an important aspect of learning. Predictive analysis also is an area where AI is very, very useful when it comes to in an educational sector. AI can identify students at risk, falling behind and dropping out, and then also allow the student or the university as to what needs to be done, or the student as to what it needs to be done. What he or she should do to be able to avert the problem of expulsion or dropping out. Then we talk about AI in government and public service, efficiency, transparency, and safety. Enhance public safety and then also security. Predictive policing. AI analyzing crime data to predictive policing. AI analyze crime data to identify patterns and predict areas where crimes are more likely to occur. These are things that I think in developing countries they should deploy. In advanced countries, this is used in a lot. It's in wide use, where they can pick a picture of somebody and then give it to the system. In a few seconds, they already know who the person is. Combined with biometric information, they already know what the person's lifestyle. Also tag back to the person as social media platform. These things can be done in a few seconds. AI can do that easily by way of automation and well-integrated system environment. And also disaster response. AI can analyze real data from weather, sensors, social media, and emergency calls to optimize disaster response effort, allocate resources, and even predict the spread of natural resources. These are done a lot. It's been deployed a lot in advanced countries, and recommendation will be for developing countries also to key into this, where you can deploy AI to get fast results on time. There's disaster, weather forecasting, social media, because AI can, behind the scene at the background, at the back end, interact with massive amount of data, and that human being has limited ability to be able to do that. So, and you can respond to disaster as quickly as possible because you'll be able to make predictive strategy approach. You'll have deployed that before the event actually happened, because you can predict and predict well.
Doctor, sir, you have 2 minutes more.
Oh, 2 minutes more. Oh, okay, that's fine. So you also have enhanced public safety, and also you also have smart city. These are areas of where AI can be useful. You have chatbots and also virtual assistants, fraud detection, and also we talk about data-driven policy making. Government collect vast amount of data, analyze it, and then also and then make a decision based on that. Then you also need to talk briefly in the next couple of minutes social implication of AI. Very popular: job displacement and economic inequality. Yes, it's going to displace some jobs, but not all the jobs. The only thing is that people have to be retrained to be useful on the job. But essentially, yes, some jobs can be affected by AI. Also, the algorithm can be biased, which is true. The algorithm is based on data. If the data is biased, then what we get from AI will be biased. And that's been some complaint that we see in the industry nowadays about being biased towards a particular set of people. And so it's a function of the data set that have been presented. So transparency is very important. Also, accountability and liability is very important, right? If AI make a system, for example, who are you going to blame? Are you going to blame the designer of the system or the person that's using the system? So that's a thin line. So what do you blame? Is it the developer or the person that's using the system? So before you use the system, be very careful. And also when you interact with AI, I always tell people, don't use your personal data as part of the prompt. It's very important because it can be used to train AI. Any data you provide to AI by prompting can be used to train the AI, and it can be available to other people. So don't make use of your personal data when you prompt AI. And also privacy and surveillance. All AI trust on data is very important to survey data. Now, to conclude, navigating the future, a call to action. The future of AI is not predetermined. It is the future we are actively building right now. And with every decision we make regarding its development and deployment, it is our future. We have to build it the way we want to build it. And the journey ahead is complex, but the destination, a future where AI enhances human capabilities, solve critical problems, and lead to unprecedented societal advancement, is within our grasp. It's a function of what we want to do and what we should do. AI is part of this life right now. It's going to make life better. We can't run away from that fact. What we need to do is to accept that reality and then see what can we do, in what way can we deploy AI in our processes, both production and administrative, and then be able to make what we do better and make us better people at whichever level of engagement we find ourselves. Thank you for listening to this presentation. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Sam. That was a great presentation by Dr. Ajofoyin. I think we should do better by giving him a emojis to show appreciation. Thank you so much, sir. If you have any question from the presentation, kindly send to the chat box, and we'll be taking all the questions after the other speakers have presented. I'll be taking the citation of the second speaker. Sorry, the first speaker. And the first speaker is none other than Mr. Adeni. Apologies, please. So, Mr. Daniel Adeni, Mr. Daniel Toby Adebi is an experienced IT consultant and the managing director of Tech Bases Enterprises. He is a graduate of Electrical and Electronics Engineering from Lagos State Polytechnic, Ikorodu, Lagos. He combines technical expertise with strategic leadership. His professional journey spans CCTV management, Cisco cybersecurity, and the IBM AI program, showcasing his versatility in the ever-evolving tech landscape. Beyond Tech Bases, Toby has served as project manager and content director at Isekit Nigeria Limited and is a certified emotional coach consultant. He is passionate about media and technology in ministry, and he serves as the AV and streaming chairman for the Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship International. He is happily married to his wonderful wife, and together they are blessed with a son. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Mr. Toby Adebi to this webinar as he makes his presentation in the next 20 minutes. Mr.
Okay,
Toby, you have the floor.
Okay, yeah. I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can.
Okay, don't worry, I'll come up with my video. It's a pleasure being part of this meeting this afternoon. I don't know what happened. I can't open my camera. Okay, no problem. Don't worry.
You can go ahead, sir.
Okay, yeah. Quick one. Today I will just be looking at how students can actually make the best use of this AI. Let me just share my screen, start. I hope you can see my screen now.
Yes, we can.
Okay, yeah. Our student can use AI tools for learning. I think I appreciate the first speaker. He actually has done so much. I'm going to speak in that regard. But as we move, I want us to just look at it. What exactly is this artificial intelligence we're talking about? Why is it important? The artificial intelligence is a combination of collective data which was input into the system so that they could be able to solve a particular problem or think like human being. And let's just imagine a world where machine learn, adapt, and even make decision. The world isn't science fiction. It's our reality for today. And it's diverging to artificial intelligence and what is it, how it works, and how it reshaping everything from health to entertainment, which the first speaker has spoken about. Now, I want us to look at this. AI is not today. AI has the experiment has been over 50 years, but people don't know. Now, they have over 50 movies plus for only AI alone, just AI alone. And the question is, how many of this movie have we watched? And one of the first movie was actually, should be like 1956 thereabout or 1965. One of the first, and to let you know how long AI has been in existence. They've been doing experiments before they go to the moon. They've been doing all manners of things. But the thing is this, I want you to just imagine that this AI has come to stay. There's no two ways about it. The question should be, how do we manage it? How do we use it to help us to get a better result? If we can get that sorted out, I can guarantee you that using AI will be productive in our life. And for students, which I'm going to focus on, including people that are not students, that are actually using AI to enhance themselves or to get a better productivity, then you must know the exact thing you want to use AI for. And if you look at this Grammarly and you see how it works, and you could discover that if I have my time, I'm just going to show you one or two things, but I just want to run through this slide that I would see. Now, if you go through this, it helps you to write your mail. It helps you to detect errors in your messages. When you type your message, you could see error. And the question is this. That fingerprint and face detector you're using on your phone and auto correction on your phone is actually AI on its own. That's why for every phone you're seeing now, you will see AI integrated, AI embedded, and that is where we are right now. And for students to get the best out of AI, you need to understand how this thing works. That's why I encourage in the educational sector, they should adopt it. I use Office 365. In Office 365 as a whole is having a comprehensive, it is everything is integrated together. You have your co-pilot, which I'm going to talk about. But if you look at the Grammarly and you see the way it works, you can use it to generate an email, rewrite your email or essay. And let me say this, for what will AI do to a student? AI will not make you lazy. If you're not someone that can think, you can't get the best out of AI. AI require you to be a good thinker so that you could generate, write your prompt. And before you could write your prompt, you will have think or thought of what you want to write. If you're not doing that, then the best out of AI will not come out because you won't be able to do anything and no result you'll be able to see any result. And the next one is Duolingo, which is very, very interesting. When I test a lot of AI's applications to write and to do some things. Now, learning languages now becomes very easy. If you're determined that one of the things AI will do to you is you can learn things and you'll be catching fun and you'll still be getting results, especially when you're deliberate about it. you can use these applications to learn language. Like this is a Japanese language. You could, and it's going to be pronouncing it. And when you pronounce, and what you say consistently over time becomes what you could do. And when you could pronounce, you are seeing it, and you're seeing it like a fun, like a flashcard. What's going to happen? It helps you to grow your ability. It helps you to grow your academic ability, and you become an excellent student. Now, there's a school in America, I think Arizona. They have a class that they run with AI alone. And the truth is this, the student came out good. And that's the truth. The only disadvantage is when we human begins to impute into the AI errors and we put lies into the AI system. That is when it's not going to bring out the best result. But when we are putting the right information there, because AI is living based on our own information and instruction. And you could see that speaking this language becomes easier for you. You could listen, you could pronounce after it, just like a teacher telling you, say after me, huh? You could pronounce. Why? Because it's saying it, you're repeating it. And repetition, it's a way of learning and getting the best out of your work, your learning. You could see your stories, your challenges. And when you're done with it, you will see your mark. You can give you your average mark. You could see, you could track your progress. Teacher will give an assignment, go back there and use it to help yourself to become a better person. And now you could see in Microsoft now develop an AI called Autopilot, which is integrated into their system, and which make this job much more easier. If you are a student, probably your parent is having Office 365 with a Copilot embedded in it, you can actually run so many things with this. And you could write your prompt and put in your calculation, because in Copilot now you have where you can, there are segment for your calculation, mathematics, and ChatGPT is also having the same thing. And your DeepSeek is also having the same thing. And Gemini is also having the same thing, and Siri. Now, some of this AI, it has voice recognition. You can speak to them. They can recognize your voice and write voice to text. And this is how students can help themselves. Use this on your phone, all these things now on your phone. Gemini is on your phone, Siri is on your phone. Where you have like Apple system or iOS, you can actually use that. iPhone, you can use Siri. Fantastic, and still get the best result out of it. Let me just share one funny thing. One day I was at home, I was with my dad, and I went to meet him, and I just want to let him see how AI is actually running. And I said, Gemini, I am actually hungry and I want to eat. Will you suggest to me where I can eat within this environment? He told me the location, and he told me what they have. He gave me different restaurants, and he told me this is what they have. As I said, I want an African dish. And he told me, okay, for African dish, go to this restaurant. They close by 7 p.m. I said, can I get the address? He gave me the address. I said, can I get a contact number? He gave me the contact number. I'm not talking about America. I'm talking about Nigeria, and I'm talking of Alimosho local government. I narrow it down to let you know that as long as people are imputing their information on the social media, it can be used to solve problems. It's not necessarily to be used for the wrong thing. Especially when it's used for the right thing, you get the right result on it. Now, this is Copilot. Now, I use this Copilot. I asked someone to give me a CV. He said he wants to write a cover letter. And I put into it and I said, Copilot, please, I want this CV, I want this image above me to be used to write a cover letter with social specification. And he brought it out. I only told the person, change this, add this to it. And that was all. And the same Copilot, I put in another image and I said, look, turn this into a CV for me, a Canadian resume for me. And he did exact, and he gave me a result. Now, the truth is this, the same thing if you are using it, I want to just, okay, I want to see if I can bring my Copilot up so that you can see, understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, I will do that later, probably when there's question. Now, ChatGPT also is another one, which, ChatGPT is what everybody's talking about, ChatGPT. Now, they are just like a advanced search engine, but a comprehensive search engine that can help you solve problem. If I take a picture of a mathematical equation and I input it into it, I said, help me to solve this problem. It will give me a breakdown on how to solve this problem, and you will get a result. And now, and a brilliant student, what will you do with that? You go back there and see the step by step and look at the question they've given you to solve. Look, if you use, let me put it this way. If you use AI and you're not smart with it, this is what's going to come out. You will behave like a guy in the exam hall that is trying to copy somebody. And when you copy the person, you copy his name, his exam number, and all his credentials into your answer script and you submit it. That shows how daft the person will be. But if you want to be smart with AI, you must look at AI and see how AI can actually solve your problem. And when they solve your problem, how can you adopt this to be able to advance what you want to do, especially when you are a student or if you're also a worker, and irrespective of what you do. I'm going to open a particular one now, which is this is a live, I'm actually on my browser, which is Notebook LM. Notebook LM will, if I drop an audio file into this Notebook LM, this is what's going to do. Notebook LM is going to turn that book into a podcast. And when you turn that book into a podcast, you can actually listen to your podcast. Even though if it's your English textbook, if you have a soft copy, you can put it there and it turns into a podcast. You can listen to it. When I was in school and I was to write my literature, I think then we have to do, and then the literature book we read was Oliver Twist, and I wasn't flowing. But when I watched Oliver Twist on NTA as at that time, when I came out, I went back to school and we did that exam. I came out with B2, the B2 in that exam. You know why? Because I could see it, I could listen to it, I watch it. Writing it down became easier for me. Why? Because it's what I've seen. The same thing, student that wants to become academically sound, they need to understand how these things works. You just impute, then ask questions, then you're there. And also, DeepSea, when you sign up, you put in your information that you need to put, you're asking questions, it's going to bring out what you need to use, and you get you the best answer for what you're looking at. And another one, which I used to call a jackpot, it's called Pot. It's called pot.com. It's an hub, AI hub. This AI hub, it's a combination of so many applications. Look, I can tell you for real, if you're a serious student, I'm telling you, this is, if you're a serious student and you want to get the best out of your academics, you need this. You just need this. Now, in this pot.com, which is an hub for AI, you could see a translator booth, you could see a learning booth, you could see a game booth, you could see mathematical booths where you can do your mathematics inside. You could see professional booths. It's mind-blowing, but you need to understand how this thing works. You must know the exact thing you're actually looking for. And you could see creative writing booths. Now, if you understand how this works, then life will be very easy for you as a student. And okay, I want to see something. If I have the opportunity, you can see now this, you have the one for, this is my teacher GPT. if I go in there and I click on my chat GPT and I have a mathematical questions and I put the mathematical question inside and I said, help me to solve this mathematical question, it's going to give me the answer. Then when I go back and I use that same thing to solve the problem, I'll get the better results. Now, this is AI math teacher. Now here, now, what is going to happen to teachers? This is what I tell teachers. Look, you must be ahead of your students. Go there, understand this thing, also use it in the class. If the school you're teaching allows those things, use it, and you will get better results. And your student will also understand that you're at the top of your game. And when you're using all this application, you will get the best result in it. Now, look at, let's look at, let's see if it's going to come up. I actually have a short video I want to actually play, which I actually, I don't know how many minutes am I having more?
You have 4 minutes more, sir.
Okay, 4 minutes. Thank you. I just want to, okay, 4 minutes more. Okay, let's see if I can play this video so that we'll look at what I'm talking about. Now, this video will just be like a minute. I'm going to share the screen. Okay, I've sent the video. Now, the essence of why I'm showing this is so that we will have a better understanding, the student have a better understanding with what they can use the AI for.
This is another powerful AI tool.
Coming, okay. I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to stop sharing this particular one now. Okay, I'm going to share that screen now. We'll see. And I want us to see what AI did in less than a few minutes. For me, I actually asked the AI to change a particular this thing for me, and he actually did. And when it did, let me play with sound. If you can see the screen, I want you to tell me you can see the screen. Can you see the screen now?
We can see your slide.
Okay.
Notebook KLM.
Okay. Yes, we can.
Transform your book into a podcast, and which make it interactive and you will enjoy and make reading interesting. I want you to give it a try. Then we're going to upload a file. Let's look for a file. I think I have some books on Telegram. No, download. Let's look at Telegram. Let's try this book. I want you to look at it, and if you want the book or you want the audio version of this particular book, just send it to my comment. I want it. I'm going to send it to you. Let's see what I've gotten.
Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Imagine for a moment having what feel like superpowers, not flying or invisibility, obviously, but the kind that make your most ambitious goals feel effortless.
Yeah.
That's the secret we're unlocking today. Habits. They're like the invisible engine behind the most effective, inspiring people you admire.
It's a remarkable concept, really. And our deep dive today, it draws heavily from a guide called Superhuman by Habit.
Okay.
And what makes this perspective really resonate, I think, is the author's own story.
Okay. Now you could see what AI can do for you as a student. Now, I use this notebook LM to turn a particular book I want to read into a podcast. Now I have about 45 minutes to go through the book, and I can listen to the book while I am moving on the road. And that gives me I'm not limited to, I don't have access to the book again. You can snap the book and still get the best out of the book. All you need to do is, how do I go about it? And when you get how to go about it, I can guarantee you can get the best results. And that is mind-blowing for you and make you a better student. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I can't see those emojis. I expect that the whole place will be filled with emojis by now. That was a wow presentation because, we are all learning every day. I've learned a whole lot about how I can apply AI to my academic pursuit. I'm still learning. We don't finish learning. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. I just want to quickly acknowledge the presence of Mr. Remy and Mrs. Gbemisola Bankole. We are so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for being a part of this webinar. Without wasting our time, we'll just go to the last but not the least speaker for the day. And that's no other person than Mr. Daniel Adeni. I'm reading his profile. Mr. Daniel Adeni is a leadership reinvention coach and an entrepreneur known for equipping business leaders, executives, and CEOs to build purpose-driven, result-oriented organizations that thrive both in profitability and impact. With over a decade of experience in leadership development, business strategy, and sales growth, he has coached and trained more than 2,000 professionals across Nigeria and West Africa, empowering them to drive results, build structured institutions, and to lead with clarity. He is a founder of the Daniel Adeni Leadership Factory, and is the CEO at CDA Leadership. He has been privileged to convene the Managers That Lead Bootcamp, an exclusive training for rising and mid-level managers, bridging the gap between operations and vision. His coaching, mentoring, and keynote sessions have influenced leaders across industries, equipping them with tools to transform their teams and bottom lines. A few highlights about him. He has over 800 plus hours of executive training delivered. His core focus is leadership reinvention, business execution strategy, organizational system, sales and growth strategy. He was former Assistant National Sales and Business Development Manager at Right Foods Limited. He is a member of the National Association of Sales Professionals and is also a recipient of the David Oyedepo Leadership Excellence Award. He is passionate about kingdom-driven business and he leads the Committed Christian CEOs Network, a faith-based initiative for entrepreneurs building both business and eternal legacy. Together with his wife, he co-founded Giddy Cakes and Giddy Box, a children's confectionery brand that has grown from a 3-person kitchen to a 50-plus team across 5 locations. When he is not speaking, writing, or facilitating, you will find him mentoring couples in business and advocating for thriving family business partnerships. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome Mr. Daniel Adeniyi as he takes us in his presentation for the next 20 minutes. Mr.
Good
Daniel
afternoon,
Adeniyi, you have
everyone.
the floor. Good afternoon, sir.
All right,
It's a
thank you. Good
pleasure to
afternoon,
have you.
everyone. Yes, thank you for having me here. Thank you to the host of the event. It's a great honor to be amongst great facilitators at this afternoon session. And I think most of the speakers have actually said what I want to say. So I kept asking myself, okay, I think the professionals have done justice, to the subject of AI. I'm just a businessman who knows how to use tools for effective work, productivity, and profitability. So I think I will just go through my slides in like some, 4 or 5 minutes, then jump into the live practical session, to help those who are here. And if you're a business owner and a CEO, I guess that this will also help you a lot. So if you can have my slides, let me just have it on. I'll just rush through that quickly. They said most of what I have in my slides anyway, so I will just run through that for like 5 minutes, then share my screen. I'll move to the practical session. Okay, can my slides be shared? I want to be sure.
So are you sharing from your end?
I can share from my end here, but I actually sent the slides over, but let me share it from here.
Please
just
go
to
ahead.
Okay, all right then. All right. Okay, you can all see my slides, right? Or to be sure.
It's
Yeah,
yet
it's
to project.
coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see it now.
Okay, I'll all see my slides now. All right. Just 1 minute, let me. All right. So, like I said earlier, most of what I've written here has been discussed already. So I would just go straight ahead to um, my practical session. So, like the two speakers have said, I mean, we shouldn't be scared about AI. I mean, the truth is AI is inevitable. I mean, whether you are a business owner, whether you are a tech expert, whether you are a student, it is something it is something we will not do without at a particular period. I mean, the next 5, 6, 7, 10 years max, at least 50% of our daily activities will entail the use of AI. I'm talking about shopping, I'm talking about banking, I'm talking about transportation, education. So no matter what it is you're going to work on, it will involve a form of AI. So it's better you accept that reality. All right. It's better we accept that reality that AI is inevitable. It's not something we can even discuss or argue about. I know there are many theories out there talking about a couple of things on how AI will, just be AI. But I've done some few studies on my own, space, and when I look at how much is currently being invested into what we call it's skip my mind right now. What they call their data centers. I mean, it's quite baffling. I mean, currently ChatGPT alongside the United States are investing over 500 billion US dollars into a data center. Now that's Nigeria's budget raised to power 15. That's what a company is investing in AI. So those guys are actually, I mean, currently we are just, in the era of AI, but there's another era that is coming up called the artificial generated intelligence. That's something crazy. But let's stick with what we have for now. So we shouldn't be scared about AI. As a matter of fact, we Africans should actually jump on the AI wave way much more than any other nation, because we are the ones who are lagging behind. We don't have data centers here. We don't have investment in AI. So whenever we have such opportunities, every single African individual Nigerian should learn how to use AI. From as long as you can call and pronounce your name, you should learn how to use AI. I have lesson teachers who teach my daughters how to use AI. Two of them, my two girls, they are learning it bit by bit. Currently, my daughter is writing her book using AI, doing a research, and she'll probably publish that by next year. So even when it comes to parenting, it's AI is basically everything you have to start doing. Your kids must begin to know AI now, because by the time they are 20, 30 years old, the world will be 80% artificial intelligence, and you don't want them to be left in the crowd without knowing what to do. All right. So AI won't replace your job. Someone who is using AI will. All right. So the fear that, when AI comes, AI will replace our jobs and stuff like that, it's not actually true. AI won't replace our jobs. What will happen is someone will leverage on AI to replace your job. Someone will leverage on AI to create solutions which people will need and pay for. So the fear is not so much about you losing your work or your job or your career because of AI. Your fear should be someone finding a solution that, someone creating a solution using AI, and that solution makes your job, invaluable or no longer needed. So that's why everyone must be on board AI, so that you can begin to learn how to use AI to maximize your own work, your own skill and career, and create better solutions. All right. So I think most of the speakers also said that also. So how can you use AI for productivity and income generation? For students, you can use AI for internship, to write your CV. You can use AI to create some, new products. I would take that in my, live session. They've discussed about this during the last period, so I don't want to go back repeating the same thing. AI tool has been explained. All right, it's a smart tool that assists you. All right, that has also been explained in the previous discussion. So, few ways. How does AI work? Prompt. I mean, that's the simple word, prompt. And like the last speaker said, you need to have a level of intelligence to create intelligent prompt that delivers the right results for you when it comes to using AI. So if you want to maximize AI, then you must begin to learn how to use prompts. You must going to learn how to create, intelligent prompts that, drives the right result and input that you want. And AI is not just a tool you feed information and wait for it to solve all your problems. No, AI is a learning tool. As a matter of fact, my own AI has learned how I write. It learns how I write. It's learned how I compose my text. It learned how I compose my drafts. So my AI, let me use that word, understand by, writing psychography. So it's when it gives response, it responds like me. And whenever I impute some prompts and the AI gives a response, and I don't like that response, because it doesn't sound like me,
sir. So sorry, sir. Please kindly,
all right.
if you are not the speaker, kindly mute. It's actually very distracting. Thank you. Please go on, sir.
All right, thank you. So when I impute a prompt and I see the feedback from the prompt and I don't like the feedback, I instruct my AI to edit it with certain instruction that fits my own narrative. I began doing that at the early stage. But right now, the AI is so, I don't know, intelligent or smart, let me use that word, and it writes like I would write. It uses my own kind of language, my own kind of tenses, my own kind of connotations, and that's the power of AI. And that's how, amazing the tool is. All right. So when it comes to making money in AI, there are different things you can use AI for: freelancing, content creation, e-commerce, educational, purpose, side also ebook, like the other speaker, talk about creating podcasts. There are a whole lot. You can create videos, you can create video content and stuff like that. And AI makes things very simple. I was sharing with my community. I run a community of CEOs, business owners. Now sharing with them that this year I've done at least 2x of my revenue by the help of AI. I remember a particular client, who just called me impromptu. I've been pursuing them for a particular training job, and this client just called me and said, I need to send a proposal to them in the next 24 hours so they can pass to their chairman and we'll start a conversation. And I mean, 24 hours to write a proposal is not something that will happen like that, because you need time to research. You have to study the market. You have to study their sales focus and every other thing. I just sat down with AI. I did my research on AI. I created a proposal on AI. I drafted it on AI. I instructed the AI to create the proposal to speak to the chairman of a company who does more than 10 billion in revenue. So use executive language in the feedback you're giving. And AI did exactly that. Though it's not just about feeding and what they call it. It's not just about feeding AI the information and just shoving it, taking whatever the AI gives back to you and go with it. No, you have to go through it. You have to read through what AI gives to you. If you don't like it, you go back to your prompt and instruct it to change your prompt. So I'm going to stop sharing this screen and just go to my platform. Okay, let me just open my screen here. I'll share that immediately. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen now? All right. So basically, I use ChatGPT for most of my work. As a business owner, you don't really have much of the time. So can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
All right, fantastic. So I use ChatGPT for that. I use ChatGPT and Gemini, 3.1 for my work, because being a business owner, you don't have that much time. I'm not a tech expert, so I'm not trying to learn how to use all the AI platforms. So I stick to one and learn how to use it a whole lot. So for instance, I created a prompt. Let me just show you the prompt I created. I asked AI in simple terms. I said, I want to start a food business, but I'm confused about which area to focus on. The market is already saturated, so I need ideas that can stand out, generate high revenue. My startup capital is 1 million naira. Please help me identify the best possible direction for my business. So that's a prompt. Now, if you look at the prompt I created, there are specific instructions. First of all, I talked about the fact that I want to start a food business, all right? And then I moved to the fact that I'm confused. I'm confused. I don't know what to do, and I want to start a food business. And then next, I said, the market is already saturated. So I'm already instructing AI to carry out some back-end research with the response it's going to give. So I need ideas that can stand out, something that separates me from the crowd. And also, profitable. I need the idea to give me good money. That's the purpose of business. So I've instructed AI. So I create, and if you look at the words that are there, they are specific words. So like the last speaker said, you need to have a level of intelligence to create the right prompt. But let me give you a cheat code. All right. Let me give you a cheat code. Now, what I do is I draft my prompts, rough drafts. All right. Then I paste it on, I paste the prompt, or I send the prompt to AI, and I ask AI to recreate that draft as a prompt. All right. So it might be a rough sketch or a rough draft. So I will just write something based on how I can write it, post it on the dialog box, and tell AI to rewrite it as a prompt. And when it does that, I will copy that prompt and now tell AI to create the business strategy with the prompt that AI created. All right. And that works a whole lot. So this is the prompt that I created, and let's see what comes up, what AI comes up with. All right. So you can see there all the options. So it's giving me the options: the high demand, low competitive niche, premium market. So think of akara, puff, chin, moi, but premium, higher, and maybe think of akara, puff, chin, and moi, but make it healthier and gourmet version. So it's asking me to create gourmet akara or gourmet puff. All right, akara served in mini burgers, akara served in mini burgers with unique sauce or something like that, gluten-free, baked chin, targeting health-conscious individual. All right, and it's giving me another option, meal preparation for busy professionals. So if I want to target those that work 9 to 5, I can target them by creating a food pack which costs about 1,500 to 2,000 naira per meal. All right, focus on clean, balanced Nigerian meal, delivered hot and every time. Ethnic food, all right, ethnic and religious food, specialized in traditional meals. Now you can see what AI has done here. This is what I'll probably have paid a consultant 100,000 naira to. I'm not spoiling consultants' business, by the way. I'm also a consultant, but I've been able to use AI to improve my consulting skill. All right. So, like I said earlier, AI will not take your job. AI will only take your job if you relax and you are laid back and you're not using AI to draft your work. So AI won't steal your job. I'm a consultant, and this year I've done like 3x of my profits this year. And I mean, I'm saying that with all sincerity. Why? Because my tool is faster. What I would have paid a client to spend 2, 3, 4 days thinking and researching, AI has given me the answer in few minutes. Now look at the last part. Is it how to allocate your capital? All right. AI is helping me to break down how to allocate my capital. So 250,000 naira for equipment. I don't know if it's using current inflation rate, but I can now instruct. So I can say, okay, based on, let me use another prompt. Can you use current inflation rates? All right. So I'm now asking it now, okay, you have given me a feedback, but I wanted to use current inflation rate to give me the right accurate data on what I need to do. So absolutely, let's incorporate the current inflation rate to your business plan. All right. So talking about sourcing ingredients and everything, monitoring price and the rest of them. And it gives me a table. This table categorizes equipment, initial inventory, branding and packaging, marketing and distribution, delivery and logistics, miscellaneous. All right. And it gives me the price on how to allocate, a price quota for my 1 million naira. So equipment is 250K. That I'm now, because based on what I've said, that it should use the current inflation, it has gone into the internet to research on every data available with the current inflation alongside the prices that it stated. So when you look at the first row, and it says that equipment and setup is about 250K or something like that, it's looking at the minimum cost based on available data. Price of the equipment, price to get a gas cooker or an oven or something like that in a minimum scale. So the research it does is that it goes online to get data based on the question I've asked to give me the best answer I need. So when it comes to inventory planning, it's probably checked all the platforms to find out how much you pay for, all those apps where you have to manage your bookkeeping and everything. Branding, yes, 150K to do your website, your branding, your packaging materials and everything. Marketing and promotion, same thing, 150 spread across, a period of time. So these are little things that AI can actually help you do. I actually have a class that I run for CEOs every month, and this is what I teach them. Much more than this anyway, because you can also use AI to employ your staffs. So for instance, you have like 50 CVs and you streamline your 50 CVs to like 5, you can upload those 5 CVs into AI and tell AI to help you choose the best candidate based on available information on those candidates. And yes, your data are out there. So AI can check your Facebook posts, your Facebook comments, your information on platform, and create the right answers on whether I should employ a candidate or not. Now, the final decision still rests with me, but AI has helped me streamline my decision-making ability. One of the things that stalls a lot of growth and productivity in business is the ability to make accurate decisions. If you're a business owner, a CEO, and you don't have the capacity to run the right to make accurate data-driven decision, it slows down your growth. So what AI comes to do is to give us the best answers, the best, options and answers which you can pick from to deliver the best result. Let me just use one more prompt, just because of my time. So I wrote a couple of prompts here. Okay, let me just pick another one. I'll just use 2 more quickly now and end my session today. So I just, okay, this is another prompt that I quickly wrote. I said, I want to evaluate my profit margin. All right, my product sells for 5,000 naira per unit and production cost is about 2,800 naira per unit. How can I increase my margin by 20% without losing customers? Fantastic prompt. So now I've asked AI to help me solve this. So perfect, let's do this. Now look at what it's doing here. Who is an accountant here? It's giving me a formula to calculate my cost, my selling price, all right, in order to get my profit margin. It's there. I hope you can all see my screen. I want to be sure you can see my screen. All right. So it's giving me, fantastic. All right. So you can see it here. So my current, now it tells me my current profit margin based on this formula. It shows me my selling price. It shows me my cost price divided by my current selling price. So basically my current profit margin is at 44%, all right, roughly. So now if I'm doing a projection of scaling my profit margin to a higher target, which is, you know, let's say 52% or something like that. Now it says if I want to increase my 44% by 20% based on my current margin, all right, the current profit margin I'm looking at now to lose customers is 52%. But I don't know how much 52% is in terms of actual value. So what does AI do? Simple. It goes to the third option. So option to achieve your target. Your selling price is 5,000 naira. Cost price is 2,800 naira. To reach 58%, I can do option A, reduce production cost. So you can see that AI has become my personal consultant, telling me what to do. So number one, I need to reduce production costs. So target cost of 52% margin, target cost and selling price is one minus, you know, target margin. Target cost is 5,000 naira, blah, blah, the whole calculation. I won't go through that. So I need to reduce my cost from 2,800 naira to 2,360. That's what I need to do if I want to get that 58% margin or 20% margin in price. I want to increase my price. So AI is advising me that instead of increasing the price on the end of the customer, I should reduce the cost from my own end. Because if I'm to increase my price, I'm definitely going to lose customer. There is inflation, people have low spending power, and a couple of other things. So in it's advising me, you can see from the sentence there, it said you need to reduce your cost units from 2,800 to 2,360. All right, a reduction of 440. So if I reduce by that, my profit margin will increase. So how will I do that? It gave me some ideas. Number one, negotiate better prices with your suppliers. Number two, the option of bulk purchase. So I can buy ingredients in bulk. Number three, streamline your production to reduce waste. Option number four, consider cheaper but high quality ingredient alternatives. All right. But if I still insist, all right, that I want to increase my price, I don't want to reduce my cost, I want to increase my price. AI has given me option B. Option B says I should increasing my selling price strategically. So I will just run through what AI says that, okay, if I need to increase my price based on the calculation, I'll need to move from 5,000 naira to 5,900 naira. But to avoid losing my customers, I should introduce premium packaging, perception. So AI is saying, yes, increase your price, but repackage. Create a new package to give a different perception, to show your customers, to give them that feel like this is a new product. So even though the price has been increased, and yes, the product in the container is the same item, I've created a new brand to give a sense or a perception that is a new product. We do it in business. You create new packaging to tell your customers, you won't say it is new, but they call it new and improved. That's the word they use in the marketing tenses, new and improved. But it's just packaging, it's the same quantity. All right. So AI is saying use a premium packaging or do bundle offer. So instead of just selling one product for 5,900, I can combine two products and sell it for like 10,200 naira. Now that's based on some other areas. Then limited edition flowers and every other thing, and it has the third option. So you can see that what I would have probably paid a consultant 100K, 200K, 300K, 1 million naira, AI has helped me solve it. So basically, what I do with my own community is I don't do much consultation again today. What I do is more of execution consultation. So I coach them through their execution phase, because AI will not help you execute. AI has given me the information, the data. I need to reduce costs. I need to make distributors. I need to make my suppliers reduce costs. AI will not follow me to the market, to island markets, to negotiate price. I will have to do that. So my job as a coach and a consultant is to tell you how to now negotiate. So most of my clients come to meet me and tell me, oh, I want to do this XYZ. How do I run the project? Then I now bring my own initiative. And I love what the first speaker said, that the AI cannot absolutely take over intelligence, as it were, because though AI has given you statistical data on what you need to do to increase your cost, to reduce your cost or increase your prices, but there is still the place of human intelligence, human reasoning, human comprehension to look at this data and translate the data into workable solutions, especially when you're doing business in Nigeria. Nigeria is not a systematic nation. Things don't work with system in Nigeria. You can wake up tomorrow morning and inflation jumps up. You can wake up next morning, it's down. So we don't have a systematic approach in building business. So even though AI gives you the data, don't just run with it. You have to meet a client or a coach or a consultant to help you to dissect this information. All right. How many more minutes? Because I talk a lot, so let me not extend my time.
You have 2 minutes.
2 more minutes. All right. Okay. So let me just post one more post, and I would shut down. I will do that very quickly. So this is the final prompt I have. So if you're in manufacturing, this prompt will interest you. So I ask AI, my production cost per unit is 400 naira, or production costs per unit, my production cost per unit increased from 400 naira to 600 naira due to inflation. So how can I reduce my cost by 15% without affecting quality? So let's see what AI brings up. All right, good. Your production cost, so it gives me the information, my production cost, target cost reduction, everything, strategies to reduce my cost without reducing my quality. It gives me all the information, bulk purchasing, supply negotiation, optimize waste, streamline operations, blah, blah, blah. Energy and utility, yes, probably I have to go and buy, solar power instead of band A, other options. So quick calculation, current cost naira, target is 510 naira, saving is 90 naira. So over 100 units, I'm saving 90,000 naira if I can reduce my cost. So bottom line, combining bulk purchasing, efficient production, strategic substitution, and the rest, I'll be able to achieve my 15% cost in production. And look at what is done, because AI creates what I call conversational prompts. So from all the prompts I've sent this on this thread, AI has been able to reason what I want to do next. So that's what we talk about AI. So when you train AI, it automatically knows what you want to ask next, the question you would need to help improve the previous answer. So if you look at what it wrote here in the last paragraph, AI is asking me, do I want to create a practical step-by-step plan showing exactly how I would reduce 600 naira cost per unit with specific example relevant to a Nigerian food business? All right, this will make it actionable immediately. Of course, yes, I don't have money to pay a consultant. So yes, please. And let's see what it does with that. Now, I will end my session with this. Simple breakdown. Now, it has done every breakdown for me. Cost of ingredient, cost of packaging, cost of labor, cost of utilities, total costing, and how much I need to reduce, in that aspect. Step 2, it has done the cost reduction strategy for me, bulk purchasing, buy from local farmers or markets in bulk. So instead of buying from close by market that is all high end, probably I have to go to Mile 2 and buy at a reduced price. All right, that's another option there. Waste reduction, I have to reduce waste. So in terms of production planning, I need to reduce my waste from my own end. So everything must be measured. The size of the quality of the blended tomato for the jollof rice, the quality, every measurement must be accurate in the bowl. No more wastage. That will save me about 16 naira per each unit. Packaging, source high quality but cheaper packaging. So I have to go into the innermost part of Mushi to get the best supplier. So you can see that AI has given me an action plan. I know what to do. If I leave this table now, I can begin to work on every single thing. AI stays here. And that is the beauty of AI. And I hope that with a few things that I've thought, I've been able to open up your mind, to appreciate and embrace AI on a better and larger scale. Thank you so much for the opportunity. The time was quite short, by the way, but thank you so much for the opportunity. I really appreciate this time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I must say that's a very good one. It's been very enlightening. Okay.
Okay, Mrs. Abigail, can we start with Mrs. Bamidele Bayo Shibo? She has been raising her hand. Maybe she wants to make a comment or something.
Yes, I acknowledged in the chat room, so I was just about to call her so she can actually unmute and ask.
Okay, thank you very much. To all the speakers, good afternoon, everybody. Auntie Shola Ibidapo Obe, always a pleasure to be with you. I have enjoyed the conversation and taken away a few things. I'm not new to AI or IT or any of those things, but I just have a question for all the speakers. So because of the explosive nature of AI and what it can do, a whole lot of people are using it even without having the mindset of data protection and cybersecurity behind their mindset. So I think the first speaker did actually mention something around
Privacy.
the AI is trained by what you prompt it to do. So it begins to understand you and starts answering for you almost like you would. My question is, so that's an observation, but my question is, I didn't hear any of the speakers talk about the impact of data protection laws. And the reason I'm bringing that up is the last speaker actually said, oh, you can use it for HR selection and all of that. Yes, you can. But my question is, you do not put, I am a Mrs. Somebody has said Mr. Bamidele. I am concerned because if you throw somebody's CV into AI, you are teaching AI to understand that person, where they come from, who they are, and all of those kind of things. Where does data protection come in? And the derivative of that, where does cybersecurity come? Because you are pushing so much about people without their knowledge into that application. And I'm happy for any of the speakers to tackle. But I just think we need to be mindful and not just run away and start throwing data everywhere and prompting it. Thank you.
Okay, I think okay, can I answer or should wait for all the questions?
Please go ahead, sir.
All right. Okay. So, I said the time was quite short that I've probably gone extensively on that aspect. So when it comes to recruiting, right, it's actually impossible to upload 50 CVs, all right, on any AI platform. There is no platform that has that capacity as of now. So basically what you do is to impute psychography. So basically you're not imputing the person's name or address or phone number or something like that. You are only imputing the psychography. And most of the time, most businesses now even ask for social media handles because they use that to verify your kind of personality, who you are there online. So in terms of your birthday dates, your address, your location, those information are actually needed. What AI helps you do is to access the person's psychography, what they talk about, their qualifications, their strengths, their weaknesses, then you feed that data to AI. So it excludes their biodata. It only includes their psychography, their strengths and weaknesses, their qualification. Then you use that to pair what you need on the job. So AI looks for available information online to create a streamlined information. So when it gives you that feedback, you now use that feedback to go to the CV and pick which of the candidates meets the feedback that AI has given to you. I wish I could run through that, but there's no time to do that right now. Also, and it actually has helped a lot because even for my own business, my business, I do use that a lot, and it has helped me to streamline the best candidate based on their strengths, their capabilities, their experiences on the job. But we don't feed it all the biodata of the people, their names. So AI doesn't need that. It only needs just the basic information in terms of the AR perspective. So I hope that clarifies the question.
Thank you, sir. I don't know if any of the speakers will also want to contribute to that.
Okay. I don't know if you can hear me clearly.
Yes, we can.
Now, I want us to come from this angle again. I want to ask the question. If you use TikTok, you use Facebook, you use Twitch, as long as you have your data there, your data is all over the internet. But for data protection, there's a law behind it, which is protecting data. But, there will also be some other back and forth. This technology is evolving. I don't know if you have seen that YouTube just is signing a deal now that there's something that is going viral now. You can make money without showing your face on YouTube, faceless YouTube. YouTube is saying now. I know the reason why. YouTube is saying that from next year, it's going to be banned. Any faceless video you do, you're not going to be making, it's not going to be monetized again. You're not going to make money from it. Can you now see again? Now, this, as long as we're using the internet, we're using all this information, data will be protected because some people will fight it. Nollywood have started fighting it. That what will become of them, what will become of their industry, if they spend so much and they have Sora, they have AV2, AV3 that can produce a movie, and people will spend money to also fight it. That's why your data will be protected. But I can guarantee you that as long as you're using every other social media, your data is already on the internet. All I need to do is to know your name. I was to get a job from somewhere. You know, before I got to the man's office, the man has checked my Facebook, he has checked my Instagram, he has checked my Twitter page, he has checked everything. He was telling me what I have forgotten. Some of the things I've forgotten. And the thing is this, one of the things that will also protect us is what are the amount of information are we feeding the internet? Because, you know, in my slide, I said the artificial intelligence is not intelligent. The only thing that make it AI intelligent is you and I. The information we feed on the internet that the internet is making use of. That's why now the way you type, some phones, if you use like Samsung, don't let me say, I don't want to call it brand. Any phone that you're using that is having AI embedded, it has already recognized how you type on your phone. That's why you will see some auto corrections. And they will also tell you that they're also protecting your data. The only thing, my advice is we should also be careful of what we post. If we don't have seen people that lost their job, not because of anything, just because when they were doing the streamline, they saw some post the person did on the internet and they said they cannot use the post. They saw some pictures, they said they cannot employ the person. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So we should be careful of our digital footprints. It's actually very important. What are you posting on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram? You never can tell. Mrs. Bamidele, I hope that answers your question, ma.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes.
So okay, ma. So we actually have to be careful what we put in. Garbage in, garbage out. What you put in is what it gives back to you. So even for those of us that are lawyers, acting as company secretaries, we need to be careful so that you don't have maybe an information of your board all over the space or something about a particular case already out there. So we need to be conscious of what we feed into the AI. Okay. Do we have any other question? If you have a question, just indicate by raising your hands or by typing in the chat box. Okay, while waiting to see if we have any other question, I'll just quickly, there have been a lot of commendations for the speakers in the chat box. Lots of people have had good things to say about the speakers so far. I'll also just see if I can read through some of them. Okay. So someone puts here that as long as you have any social media handle, either professional or social, and you use a smartphone, your data is pretty much out in the public. So we should actually be very careful of what we put out there. It's very important. I must say that the session has been very insightful and the speakers have done a good job to the conversation that we have today. AI is, changing our world. That's the truth. Every sector, every aspect of our lives has been impacted by AI, either positively or negatively. But I would say that the positive side outweighs the negative sides to AI. It's just all about knowing how to use it and using it the right way so that actually we can get the best out of it. So as professionals, as business people, we need to, utilize AI to maximize opportunities for ourselves. Mr. Adeni, you actually opened our eyes to the things we could do with AI in terms of business, like your strategy. You don't have to really start sitting down and thinking, how do I go about this? Just put the right prompt and You have it. It's just for you to now execute. That's where you can now maybe get the professionals to help with it. And even for those just thinking of starting business, it's actually a good way to start to, innovate those ideas that can actually help you to start. Thank you so much, Mr. Denny, Mr. Debbie, and of course, our own very own Dr. Ajofoyinbo. It's been an insightful session with you all. And I also want to appreciate the audience who have actually made our day, because without you, we wouldn't have had such a great webinar. I will now hand over to Mrs. Fumi Akeremi, since there are no other questions.
Okay. Well, it's been an insightful section, I must say. I've really learned a lot, and I also want to appreciate the speakers, Mr. Debbie, Mr. Dini, and Dr. Gunfoyevo. We are really glad that we had you on board, and we've learned a lot today. For me, what stood out when Mr. Dini was talking, he said, someone will leverage on AI to take your job. Like, someone is not going to take your job, but someone will use AI, will leverage on it to solve solutions, to, look for solutions to problems to take your job. So that really stood out for me. And also Mr. Debbie is talking about turning a book into a podcast. I love reading, but I've learned a lot today. I don't really have the time to sit down and, you read for hours. But turning your book into a podcast now while you're working, while you're going from one place to the other, you can listen to it and benefit from the book. So that's quite insightful for me, and we really appreciate you all for today. So thank you all. With respect to data protection, we intend to run the webinar monthly. So look at getting lawyers, professionals, also to dig deeper into that aspect of AI. We'll look into that, to dig deeper into that aspect of AI data protection and the like. So we'll look into that, and watch out for our webinar next month, where we'll do that. Then also to acknowledge Mr. Jason Oladimeji Faluse for next month. He is also a business development manager and a consultant in real estate and non-governmental organizations. So he will also go into that, marketing using AI, revolutionizing in the real estate industry. So you can watch out for our next month's webinar. It promises to be insightful also. So on this point, I would like to give the floor to my amiable executive director, Mrs. Oye Ibidapo Obe, to give us the closing remark for today. If there are no other questions or comments, Ma, you can have the floor, Ma.
Thank you very much, Fumi. Distinguished participants, we have come to the end of today's enlightening webinar on artificial intelligence. Let me quickly share with you what I saw yesterday. It was a discussion on Elon Musk's latest AI breakthrough, which is taking AI out of our computer screens and manifesting it here in the real world. So, for example, robotic fiction, which we used to watch on the television, that's where we watch robots. They are now right here. They have come to life. What am I saying in effect? We have autonomous robots. We have been informed, I hope that is true, that Elon is coming up with 12,000 autonomous robots by the end of this year. You see, people continue to work on AI, on robotics, I want to use this to also advise us in Nigeria to try and develop our own robotic eyes, our own AIs. Let us develop that industry. It will be helpful to us. For example, you are talking about replacement. I have a large farm in the hinterland. The farmers every year will not deliver, or they will deliver very little. So what do I need? If I have the access to robotics, I will go and get robots to replace those farmers. But where are we when we take food out of the mouth of people working for us? So, but let me say that it has truly been a rewarding session filled with knowledge, insights, and thought-provoking discussions. On behalf of the organizing team and the trustees of Oye Ibidapo Obe Foundation for Educational Transformation, I sincerely thank all our resource persons, Professor Ajofoyibo of Texas, Mr. Jason Oladimeji Falusi, Pastor Daniel Adeniyi, and our able moderator. Thank you all very much. We thank you for sharing your expertise and shedding light on how AI is shaping our world. To our participants, thank you for your active engagement, thoughtful questions, and commitment to continuous learning. As we close, let us remember that AI is not just about machines and robots, but about how humanity can harness technology to improve lives, solve problems, and create opportunities for the future. We encourage you to take the lessons learned today. I have learned a lot today, and apply them in your various fields: lawyers, engineers, farmers, all of us. The conversation does not end today either. It is only the beginning. We are just beginning today. It's the very first one. Thank you all once again for being part of this successful event. We look forward to welcoming you to our next program, as Fumi has rightly invited you all again. In the meantime, stay safe, stay innovative, and may the future of AI work for you and for the good of humanity. Thank you very much. God bless you all.